Watch PunkTV.ca for all the best modern rock videos and interviews.
When you're not home, I'm so alone. Soon you'll be here, and when you open up the door, come and lend me your ear. 'Cause good things get better, I know they do. Yeah, they do. I know they do.
So music, like most forms of art, it's a tough business to break through. What would you say is the reason you made it in the industry?
Persistence and consistent, consistent work, hard work, and also just like you know, I really love music, and I feel like I'm kind of in it for the right reasons, and then I also, you know, a lot of people I think are very talented, but they kind of don't have it together. You know, they don't. They don't have a good business sense, or they aren't good with people, that kind of thing. It's like, for me, I welcome all different facets. Like, I love doing interviews. I love answering questions. I love doing TV stuff. I love just like kind of meeting new people and figuring out how can we help each other out this way or that way, and you know, just kind of being open to all of that. I think definitely helps on the business end of things.
Because sitting on your couch and, you know, playing the guitar isn't going to do anything for you. You know,
absolutely. We'll do something great for you as a musician.
Person, right?
You know?
But you know, you get it out there. That's where it all starts.
Exactly.
If you were to go back, what would you give your 10-year-old you advice?
Oh,
what would
man.
you say?
You know, it's funny. Just to kind of hang in there and be patient. You know, and I mean, at that time I wasn't impatient, but to know that now, I mean, to know that then would have been great for a certain time in my life. I mean, I definitely, you know, I've come very, very close to like really kind of blasting off, and so, you know, I've gone through real impatient periods in my life, just going like, oh, why isn't this happening faster? Why isn't it? But it's so important to just like, that's I found that myself giving that same advice to a young girl who's like an up and coming musician, very young and very talented, and you know, and you know, I surprised myself because I was like, just be patient and stuff. I was like, oh my God, that's right. You know,
there is that big gap of
truth,
you know,
yeah.
Definitely, because sticking it through is one of the hardest parts, I think, of this industry.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Good things get better for me and you. And that's true. You know it's true. I like your style, but all the while we still get burned. But if we open up our eyes, we can see how much we've learned. 'Cause good things get better.
So after this tour, supporting this album, what's next for you?
More of touring and supporting this album. Yeah, I mean, it really, honestly, like, just I'm planning on staying out on the road. Hardcore, nose to the
getting it out there, you know?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I mean, just constantly, consistently doing it. You know, I understand the benefit and the importance of persistence, and now I'm really understanding how important it is to be consistent as well. Like, you know, I don't want. I was just saying, I've been saying this a lot lately. Like, you know, in any place that like where I've got, you know, fans out there anywhere in the country, you know, whether it be Nashville, Chicago, New York, anywhere like that, like I don't want 2 months to pass without me being there playing a show. There's no reason I should be out there constantly.
And touching people and getting people to know about your work, you know, that's awesome. Have you seen an alien, seen the face of God, or had a ghost encounter?
Had a ghost encounter, seen an alien. You know, I see what I consider to be aliens all the time.
Are you all the time?
But I don't. Well, yeah. I mean, I see the potential for it. I mean, I believe 100% that I'm really fascinated with science and kind of quantum science and quantum physics and stuff like that. And the sheer size of our universe, it is absurd to me that people think that there's no other life, and it is so much bigger than anybody could ever imagine, and it would be really a silly way of designing things for there to be just only one little place that has life on it. So definitely I see the potential, and anytime I look out I go, I know it's there, I know it's there. But then also just looking on Earth, I mean, if you look in deep ocean and in insect life, like, you know, microscopic life and stuff like that, that's, I mean, finding new things and finding things that you know, maybe considered alien, you find them on this planet all the time.
That's really interesting. I didn't even think about Earth, you know, being a location where we could possibly have aliens.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's, I mean, that's the thing. I don't, not that I think that specifically they came from other planets and went to the bottom of the sea, but like
here,
when you look there, you go, oh my God, this is something that's so foreign. And just as far as opening, you know, opening your own mind to the idea that there's so much variation, there's so much diversity, so much difference.
And you know, have you read the book 2012? It has a lot about quantum science and the end of the world, which Mayan calendar talks about alien life. It's really interesting.
Ooh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah. What would surprise people to learn about you?
I think it's funny. People have asked me that a lot, and I cannot think of a good answer. I'm having so much trouble thinking of a good answer. What would surprise people about me? I don't know. It's what would surprise people about me?
Maybe that you don't, you know, you can't think of an answer for this question.
Well, I don't think people would be surprised. Everybody who knows me. No, I think that a lot of times people don't think I'm less sensitive than I am, you know, or that like I'm really good at kind of taking situations and adjusting my perspective to be like, that's okay, I'm not going to take this person's life. But like, if I didn't do that, I would be really susceptible and hurt a lot. Yeah. But I don't know, that might not be the right thing. I think people get that. I mean, we're going to figure this out.
We will.
Right now, we're figuring this out.
Okay.
What would people be surprised?
Take your time.
Hold on, I've got to take a second.
Yeah, go for it.
What would people be surprised to know about me? I don't know. Are you surprised about anything? Answers. Like, I'm really just, like, I'm at certain video games. Even
oh, really?
Like, I'm like world-class champion Mario Kart from Nintendo 64. No, I mean, maybe it might surprise people that I kind of don't, like, I think it surprises people all the time that I don't do drugs or drink.
Right.
But I'm forthcoming about it. Yeah. And I mean, I think that's definitely comes as a surprise to people, especially because like I have really sensitive eyes and my eyes are always red and bloodshot, and so people think, like, people come up to me all the time and be like, "Oh, dude, you are majorly stoned." And I'm like, "No, I'm fucking up for so many years." You know? But so, you know, they might be, but also just that kind of like I don't really like go out and party and get in the scene. Like, all I want to do is work and do music. Like, people ask me like, "What are your hobbies?" I don't have good hobbies.
You're dedicated to what you love, and I think that's very rare. You know, definitely that is a surprising, you know, factor to anybody. Somebody will put, you know, their time and effort towards, you know, making it. That's a great answer. All right, awesome. Well, very nice meeting you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, they do. I know they do. No, they do. Good things get better for me and you. That's true. You know it's true. You know it's true. You know it's true. Good things get better. I know they do. Yeah, they do. I know they do. No, they do. Good things get better for me and you.
Watch PunkTV.ca for all the best modern rock videos and interviews.